Hello. Thank you for stopping by to check out my latest journal creation. I'd like to introduce you to Juliette. She's 7.5 by 5.5. She's got a 1.5-inch spine. She's a fabric journal that's been glued down to and sewn onto 110-pound cardstock. And the cover, it's fabric. It's decorator fabric. I put a large piece of lace here and then another one with these little pearls on it. The tie is, I guess, organza or something similar to that. The flap is, it's not a linen napkin. It's either a handkerchief or a maybe a dresser scarf, because the fabric is very thin. I backed it with the pink, which you'll see in a minute, but you can see the edge there to give it a little more stability. Let me show you inside. But first, let me show you here. There's a beautiful applique of roses on the front, on top of a piece of lace that I would call drapery fabric, though it is lace. It's very ornately embroidered with flowers and leaves, which kind of, fade away into this background, but you can still feel them and you can see them up close, and in person. It's beautiful, heavyweight decorator fabric that's here. I did lace all the way around the top edge and this side. On the bottom, see if I can get that in, is a very delicate, this I believe is vintage. And then this, and then there's a third row of this lace, and it goes all the way around the bottom. Okay, let me take you inside. So you can see that's a flap that closes it up, and it ties over here instead of over here. But it lays pretty flat because of I put a 1/2 inch between my signatures, and this has 2 signatures and 66 plus pages because I put in some booklets and things. So here's a pocket on the front cover, inside the front cover, and there's some cards in it. Lots and lots of roses. This is definitely going to have to go to somebody who loves roses. I know it's kind of light and delicate for this time of year, but this is my kind of journal, so hopefully there's somebody else out there that likes my kinds of journal. I did Wink a Stella throughout it. You'll see that there are lace and fabric tabs on the top, and there's lace on a lot of the pages here and down here. Okay, so this is a little pocket. You just pull out, there's a little label and a little card. And it's just here. I'm just going to lay it there so we don't have to worry about it. Here we go. This is a book page from one of the books that I purchased. It's very beautiful paper. It's kind of a semi-gloss with very smooth feel. You can see I put lace there. I didn't use any coffee or tea-dyed paper in this. I printed on both sides of good quality, like I use for my journal pages, Red River paper, and I put some flowers on it, and I just continued with the theme that, Yvonne created this kit from Screech Owl Studio. Anyway, I just continued with her gray and pink tones. So, Sunshine and Roses. There's a guest cup. I didn't do any decorating on it. I figured whoever purchased it might want to do that. Here's a booklet with an assortment of different papers, parchment and school papers and ledger sheets. So there's more writing space. I put flowers on all the doilies. This is a vellum page. Here's a pocket that I cut out of one of the papers and just use that, put the little tea set there. Here's a tall tag, and there's a card. And then this is a tall envelope, and inside is a space to write. And I do ink both sides of my cards. Okay, moving on. There's writing space here. Then here I made a paper clip, an altered paper clip, and it's holding on to this little bunny bookmark. It's heavyweight. Anyway, you don't have to leave the altered paper clip on. You could use that somewhere else, but I just did it so when I do ship it, everything will stay in place, and then the owner can decide what they want to do. Here's a little garden bench and a card. I used a lot of kits. I will list all those below, some my own, some not. And this is just a card. I had some extra paper. Instead of just, not knowing what to do with it, I went ahead and just made some cards out of it. So I had very few scraps left over. Here's the center of the first signature, and you can see I did on the ties, I put some glass and metal beads. So they just hang out just beyond the book, the page. Here's an envelope. I put a bunch of little spare parts. So when I said that someone could decorate some of these things that I put in here, the junk part of this journal, there's more things in here for them to use. And there's a little ticket, and then this little card that I made. And, it's all decorated up here with some pretty lace. Oops, missed a page. There we go here. Now this is a double pocket on this right here. And so there's several cards. There's an English translation there and a definition. There's another pretty rose card. And then in the back, have another label and these cute little girls. Now these, I have several cards like this that are from, they're freebies from Shabby Art Boutique, and Carrie Ann allowed me to use them in this journal. I contacted her to make sure that it was okay, and she gave me permission. So I've got some beautiful cards of hers in here. Another vellum sheet, another beautiful doily, and then this, some lace that covers this sheet. There's a pocket here with a sad-eyed little girl, but she's so adorable. Inside here, this can be put somewhere in the journal or just left floating. There's another one of these. And these cards and a tag. Here's the other side of that page that I have from the book. And then I put this in there. I made it out of chipboard so that you could put it between the pages for journaling on more easily. I don't remember what they call it, if it's a master board or I don't know what it's called. And I just slipped it here since I have room. I slipped it there. Here's a pocket. Here's a page from a magazine. No, this is from a book, a rose book. So there's roses and some beautiful lace. There's another pocket. Cute little girl. This is another one of Carrie Ann's. I'll put her link down below. There's a tag I made. There's another card that I made just for journaling space. And there's a little label. Pretty doily. Another vellum page. I made a tuck spot here with a piece from the kit, one of the pages, inside this vellum envelope. This is another one of Carrie Ann's cards. And, you know, it just goes beautifully with this kit from Yvonne, this kit is just so beautiful and was so much fun to work with because it's so beautiful and it's just covered in roses. More roses and a card. Put stripes on one side and harlequin on the other. And then there's an altered, I'll just set that there. I did some stamping. And you'll find a wide variety of lace. I went through all my lace and picked out different ones to put in here so that it would be that large variety. Another one of the tickets or tags. There's a pretty little card inside this envelope. Again, some more beads. I just think they add a nice little touch. Okay, this is a new die that I got, and I'm thrilled with it because I'll show you, I'll take out all the goodies. You can see it's like little drawers, and there's 3 of them. And then you can use the behind, well, the top drawer. So I put all kinds of little, cute little cards in here, pretty little cards. And then the second layer, I put these. And the third layer, I made a tag, and there's a tall tag that came in the kit. Here's another little tuck spot that I created. Here's one of those little papers that you can journal in, and here's another little booklet. It's pretty much like the other same papers, and that's in there. There's the other side of the vellum and the doily. Here's a belly band, where I used it. It's a card I used for a belly band, and on it I put, there's 2 sides. They're both the same, but that'll give you a lot more. It's lined, so it'll give you a lot more writing space. More lace. Here's another pocket. I put it on the rose book page. There's several little pieces that you can journal on. I included, this is one of mine from one of my kits. The link will be below. Here's a little envelope I created. It's a petal one, so I left it open, and you can glue it if you want to, but it has a little label inside. And I put this pretty little gal because I thought she went with the kit. There's the other side of the rose paper, garden. And here's the last, the back pocket. And it has handmade for you, and I signed my name. So it's already signed. Okay, that's it, gals and guys, whoever's watching. Like I said, I will list a lot more down below, the kinds of papers I used, and just different things that you might want to know. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of the week. Bye-bye. God bless.